Good morning, all. Hope your weekend's going okay so far. Having said that, it's only Saturday morning, so it hasn't had a chance yet of it. 10 crosses submitted, guys. Excellent. Excellent job. Thank you all. Big spread, though. Look at this spread. Right, where's mine from Tuesday then? Is the very, I think I'm probably the bottomist. Is that such a word? Bottomist? Well, joint bottomist then. So I'm in the middle of the left to right, which I think is the x-axis, but I'm right at the bottom of where you guys think it is. So interesting spread and a big spread as we'd expect because it's tricky to work out from this because these two are both sort of looking from right to left, aren't they? And this guy at the back here is so far away, it's hard to sort of use him for anything, any use at all. So, looking at this, do I think I'm going to go anywhere else? Well, before I started adding crosses this morning, I was adamant I was going to stick to my guns and it would be around that area. However, being on the bottom of all of them, I'm thinking, okay, most people seem to think it's higher. So I drew some more lines this morning to see where I think. Now, when I look at this guy here, now I still think this guy in the front here is able to see it. Which means this one on the right here, I don't think he'd be able to see that. So, but I think he'd be able to see it. So I drew another line this morning going up in sort of quite steep, but in that direction there. And then I tried to go a bit higher, as though from this guy. So I've gone sort of up in that direction. So nearer, my new crosses now would be nearer to other players. So that's sort of the direction I'm going in there. Anyway, enough waffle in that. So basically, I'm going to go a bit higher. Let's get the average down there. Where are we? Crosshair, calculate average. Which again, like last week, isn't working straight away. Bear with me. I'll refresh the page, get rid of those crosses, and I'll pop it in again. There it is. There it is. Better. And pretty much near where those lines I drew. So the average there is 2232. 1517. I'll put that up in the top right of the screen. So where was mine again? Let me see where mine was again. There we go. So I'm down there, and I said I was going to go up a bit higher. I was okay where it was on the X, but everybody seems to think it's higher on the Y. So if that's the case, if I'm going to go higher, I think I have to move it to the left slightly. So yeah, I might well go slightly. See, I'm trying to think of what the judges are likely to do. I think this is going to be a typical spread. The one we've got, I think, is going to be a typical spread of what the judges might do. There will be one or more to the right, and a few will go further left. I don't think these two players' eyes match up entirely if you drew lines from them. Exactly. I think it's going to be a case of your preference. I think the judges are going to look at one and think, yeah, my preference is for this player. Not necessarily ignore the other player, but my preference is for a particular player. So I think I'm probably going to move mine up. Without a doubt, I'm going to move it up. And I think if I'm going to move it up, I have to go slightly to the left. So I probably won't be far off that average there. Let's get the target down. See how that looks. All right, let me plonk that target right, sort of about there. Why do I make that so difficult every week? Do I think this fella here could be looking at that target? Yeah, in fact, I think he's looking to the left slightly of that bullseye. And then if I look at this fella on the right, I don't think he's looking anywhere near it. Now I look at this fella that I've put the target in there. He looks as though he's looking well above that target. Oh, see, what a dilemma now. Yeah. Yeah, oh, I don't know. I might even have to go higher than the average now. But again, the higher I go, the further left I'm going to have to go. But anyway, all that's besides the point. We wanted to know what people are thinking, which we could see in the screen, and where the average was, which we've which we've done. So let's move on from that. Rev Comps, next live draw. I got nothing on this for Monday. Nothing at all. These are always tempting. Mind these high cash alternatives. The Porsche Cayman or £100,000, 40,000 tickets. You know, there's a lot. And then we got next Thursdays they added. Nothing there really caught my eye at all. The only one that was a possibility was this Volvo. £2.50 a ticket. It's cheap enough to take a risk on, isn't it? But 20,000 tickets. So it's a possibility. These are always tempting, like I just said. It's this one's a McLaren, £5 a ticket, £200,000 cash alternative, but 70,000 tickets. Yeah, nice motorhome there. Only 7,000 tickets, but 13 quid a ticket. Auto draws, they're back. I love these. I haven't got one on the Mercedes. I've never liked these A class. This Audi Q2 I like, £3 a ticket. 11,999 tickets. So I did get one on that. Haven't got one on this yet. Haven't decided what to do on that yet. I might just stick with this Audi. What else we got? 7 days performance. Well, what did catch my eye this morning, because I haven't looked at this for days, was this one ending tomorrow. Cash alternative for this McLaren and Audi SQ5, £135,000. Tickets only 33 pence a ticket. Now the odds are going to be enormous, obviously, but these are a different way of thinking on these. When the odds are ridiculously high on these, but the tickets are so cheap. It's like, well, you could have 3 tickets on it for a quid. They're so cheap. It's like it doesn't really matter if you buy a couple of tickets and don't win. Was there anything else on there that caught my eye? BMW, Ford, Podcast, Volkswagen Tiguan R. I don't know where they find all these Tiguan R's. There's always loads of them. Not much else on there caught my eye. What else? Okay, Dream Car giveaways. Let's have a quick look at this one. Here's a tempting one again. Audi RS3, all 50 grand. Tickets only 15p. That one's tonight. Might be worth a punt. And there's another one for tomorrow. Audi R8, Land Rover V8, 19 pence a ticket. What else they got? Oh, nice camper van here. Look at that, 9 pence a ticket, or 50 grand cash here. And this is one of the ones I always say, right? Yeah, you look at that camper and 3 grand, and you think, oh yeah, got to win that, got to win that. But then if they rung you up and said, yeah, you've won the camper and 3 grand, or you can have 50 grand cash, that's a tough choice all of a sudden, isn't it? And you think, oh, I could put £50,000 in my bank account and probably pay off a chunk of my mortgage or have a lovely holiday. It's always a tough decision there. Land Rover Discovery Sport, 7 pence a ticket. They got quite a few on here today, haven't they? Another Tiguan R. Where do they find them all? I don't think I've ever seen a Tiguan R on the road, and yet these competition websites have always got them. That's probably why I don't see them on the road. They're all in these garages. Nissan R35 GTR, or 65 grand tax free. I'd love to have a go one of them. How long have these been around? For years, and they still look fantastic. What else? The last one there is a house. All right, that's it. That's it for me. I got nothing else. Tuesday's video. I'm going to be out all afternoon, and I'm probably not going to get back till about 9:30 in the night. So, video's unlikely to be out before 10 o'clock. In fact, most of you will probably be in bed by the time I get the video out on Tuesday. So, yeah. This will be oh no, I'll be here in the morning. When I was going to say it'll be typical the day that Christian turns up. I won't be here, but I will be here in the morning. I'll just be out all afternoon and most of the evening. So yeah, it'll be an exciting day, knowing I've won BOTB on Tuesday, but I can't make a video about it until about 10 o'clock in the night. Yeah, I wish. All right. Anyway, in the meantime, guys, thanks for submitting coordinates. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and good luck for Tuesday.